is Blind is back, girl. Let's talk about the couples. Okay. I originally wanted to try to do episode by episode, but I'm not gonna be able to do that, girl. I don't got that time. But we gotta talk about it, okay? So hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Belle. This is the Belle Perspective, and we are here today to talk about Love is Blind, girl. This is not a drill, girl. This is not a drill, okay? So this is season 7. We're talking about episodes 1 through 6, okay? So let's get into some of the couples. I'm gonna talk about the green flags, the yellow flags, the red flags, the purple flags, because girl, it's some purple flags flying, okay? Now, real quick highlights and honorable mentions will be after the couples. Okay. So Tyler and Ashley, green flag so far. Okay. Really rooting for them. Quiet as it's kept. I'm rooting for everyone black.
Who are you rooting for tonight?
I'm rooting for everybody black. I am betting on black tonight.
Okay. Well, no, I'm rooting for everybody black. I really am. I am. Tim and Alex, we'll get into that in just a second, but I really truly am rooting for everybody black. Okay. So Tyler and Ashley, they are at Cabo St. Lucas, okay? Real cute. Tim has this like real cool personality. I like him. He's dope. And I like Ashley. I think she's gorgeous. Okay. Green flags, we rooting for them. Taylor and Garrett. Now, when I first actually I thought Garrett was gonna potentially go for Britney. And we'll talk about her. She's gonna be an honorable mention. But it didn't end up being that way. As soon as Taylor and Garrett started talking about girl that science shit, girl, I said, yeah. She got a tattoo of hydrogen on her, and he got a tattoo of some rose something condensate. I don't know. He's a physicist, right? I don't know what the hell they got going on over there, but it's some science shit, and I like it. I think it's cute. Do I think that they're going to make it down the aisle? I do. Now, I will say that there was a little bit of awkwardness between them because she kept saying, I don't want to tell you about my ethnicity. Now, was it because she was shamed or because she just didn't want to tell what she looked like? Maybe that was it. Maybe that was that. Because I was like, why you got to act like. Anyway, okay. Steven and Monica. Mm. This is a yellow flag for me. A yellow flag. One, because Steven voted for Trump. Okay. And I know we don't want to get political or nothing like that on my channel. Not like that, like that. Who am I kidding? Yes. A woman's place is in the House, the Senate, and the Oval Office. If you know, you know. On sale at the BellPerspectiveTVmerch.com. Okay, go ahead and get you one. Anyway, he was a Trump supporter, and he also cheated before in his relationship. I don't. I know you're not supposed to hold that against anybody, but there is also I think people need to be aware that therapy, speech therapy, language is very much popular and has been co-opted by a lot of people who have never stepped foot in therapy or only stepped foot in therapy long enough for them to be able to co-opt the language so that they can then go on and just still be basically bamboozle people, knowing with the key buzzwords of therapy to make it seem like they're developed and all this other stuff. So I don't know about Steven. I really don't. And then I don't. It's cringe. He a little cringe to me. Monica seems cool, but I don't know if it's going to work. So I'm just throwing up the yellow flag. I'm gonna leave it there for now. Okay. Now I do actually. Let me go back to Steven and Monica real quick. So when they're at Cabo St. Lucas for their honeymoon or their I don't know meeting moon, I guess. And Monica gets frustrated with Steven because he talks too much. I Here's the thing. Conflict is nothing wrong with conflict at all. Okay. Nothing wrong with conflict within a relationship. Conflict actually leads to learning, production. It's a good thing to have a conflict with your partner. The only part about it is when you start disrespecting each other and you don't know how to handle conflict with each other. That's when that becomes a problem. So if these couples are able to handle conflict effectively, there's a chance. Okay. Anyway, Tim and Alex, girl, when I tell you red flag, I'm rooting for them, but red flag. First of all, Tim, when he was in the pods, I swear to God, them was some therapy sessions for him. Said, Tim, love, every time we end the pods, you talking about your sisters. This grief counseling for you, love? Because if it is, I'm gonna need you to go to an actual grief counselor. Here's the thing, I don't want to be disrespectful to Tim. I understand. Rest in peace to his sisters, right? They didn't. This is no shade to them at all. My thing is, I don't need no man to come up in here and have the girl that he's with basically be his therapist. Like, that's not fair. That's not fair. Okay. And so I don't feel like I heard Alex enough. And maybe this was editing. Maybe this was just editing. I don't know. But sir, please get that together. Okay. One. Two. Ooh, okay. So we run into like major hiccups at the honey meeting moon. That's what we're gonna call it. We'll call it meeting moon. We run into major hiccups at the meeting moon. Okay. So they already had weird energy anyway. Like it's kind of like a back and forth and back, right? So Tim has this saying. He says it's the dog in me or something like that. And I don't know I don't know if he's a Q or not, but I don't like it. I don't like it, and Alex don't like it either. But he keeps saying it. And she literally, even at her proposal when they first saw each other, she was like, "Stop saying that." And he kept saying it, and she was like, "No, for real, I hate that." And he kept saying it, and I'm like, "Tim, do you not? Hello, do you not hear? I don't know what I don't know, okay? So there's like this weird energy between them. It's kind of like I talk my shit, you talk your shit. Now, I've had relationships like that where I talk my shit and you talk your shit, but it's almost like how can I conquer you? Like, does that make sense? Like, it's a standoff. It's like it's not like vulnerability. It's not we're here to try to get to know each other. It's more so I talk my shit, you talk your shit. And it's a standoff. And whoever can talk the most shit wins. Does that make sense? That's the energy that they're giving me. Now, don't get me wrong. It's like hella sexual tension between the two of them, but that also adds to it. So it's like I talk my shit with my sexual tension, and vice versa, but there's really no vulnerability, there's no softness, none of those things. And so girl, red flags, flying girl, left and right, girl, left and right, left and right, left and right, and both for both of them, their energy is weird. So while they're at Cabo St. Lucas, right at the meeting moon, the last episode, episode 6, we see that Tim wasn't even staying in the suite or in the villa. She's sitting on the couch. He comes in to, I guess, rehash it. Maybe production forces him to have that last conversation with her, and they explain to us a little bit of little bits and pieces of what happened. She got in his face. He kept saying, yelling at her, telling her to speak, what's going on. Alex, like rough, just a little bit, tells us that she missed home and didn't express that to him, but it turned into this big thing. Now I'm like, did y'all not get this on camera? Because I need to see this on camera. Okay. Where is the camera? Okay. But I guess they didn't get it on camera. So he's saying, I felt disrespected. She said, I felt disrespected. Neither one of us knows where that line of disrespect is. And I was happy that Alex kind of let down her wall and say, I want you to stay. I want you to stay. But the way that their relationship is built, it was built off that you talk my shit, you talk your shit, I talk my shit. They gonna have to move away from that. Because girl, that ain't gonna work. Okay. Not in no marriage. That's not gonna work. Not to sustain it. No, okay. Girl, red flag, girl. I'm rooting for them, but girl, red flag. Red flag. We'll keep going. Marissa and Ramses. Now, I want to say they're a green flag, but I can't. I want to say they're a green flag, but I can't. I can't. I feel like Marissa has so much energy, and I feel like Ramses is so laid back that it's almost overpowering him. He's like a brand new puppy. All of this. And he's like, okay, okay, light chill. Okay, chill. Now he okay for now because they hunching like rabbits. Okay, they hunching, and girl, she telling everybody, yeah, girl, the dick good, girl, the dick is good, girl. Okay, girl, the height, girl, everything. Listen, hello, keep some of that to yourself, girl. You don't know these women. You do not know these people. Okay. Anyway, she going on to tell everybody that did good. Ugh, okay. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Ramses. Okay. I would not. I probably wouldn't give him the time of day, girl. He got girl. He got a feather in his head. What is that on the side? He got the feathers and stuff. I don't know what he got going on over there, girl. I don't know. That's too suave for me, girl. And he definitely has a way of words. He's a little poet and all, okay? What did he say? Tuck me into the spaces of your heart. I said, oh, okay, girl, I love me a little poet, all right? But I also don't feel like Ramses can't handle Marissa. I just feel like he'll get aggravated after a while. Because she said it. She was like, can you handle me? And he was like, well, as long as you have your moments where you need your space. It's like, that does not help me. That does not make me feel comfortable. But, I guess she was okay with that. I don't know. If it was good enough for her, it was good enough for me. All right. Nick D and Hannah. Ooh, girl. Ooh wee. Okay. First of all, the way they even got together, all right. The way they even got together was trash. So let's bring in some of the honorable mentions, okay? Now, because there's always a throuple. There's always a throuple. So Marissa and Ramses, there was like a throuple kind of with them. His name was Bodie. We'll get back to that. Nick D and Hannah. Hannah was talking to two guys, Leo and Nick D. Now, Nick D, everybody kept calling him a charmer. They kept calling him, Mr. Suave, all this other stuff, okay? And they really wasn't, the girls wasn't really feeling him. And Hannah was kind of like listening to what the girls were saying, basically feeling like he a player, you gonna get hurt, okay? Leo, on the other hand, is an art dealer. He says he comes from money. His grandparents passed away from cancer. His parents passed away from cancer, and he inherited a company. But there was something about Leo that I was like, I don't like this Leo character. Not because what was it? It was he kept referencing his money. I've got money. I've got money. All the while saying that his insecurity is the fact that he doesn't want people to use him for his money. Why you keep talking about money when you don't want nobody to use it against you, right? And then he kept like talking about, oh, this is a Rolex. Oh, this is my Rolex. Okay, this is a Rolex. Like, I don't even know if any of these men are going to be able to tell if a Rolex is fake. So him just coming in to say he got a Rolex, like it was just too showy for me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I didn't like, and Leo actually showed his colors. And again, we'll talk about that in just a second with the honorable mentions. Okay, so Lana is going back and forth and forth and back. She don't know what she want to do. So originally she cut Nick D out and tries to focus on Leo. But then when she realizes that Britney and Leo got a little connection, she was like, "Oh my God, what did I do? Let me hurry up and run back to go to Nick D." Now the reason why Hannah is carrying on the way that she is because the girl quit her damn job. She quit her job to be on this show. I said, "Girl, you's a goddamn fool. You quit your job just to find you a man." Girl, it's not that hard in DC, girl. It's not that hard. It's not. I mean, what am I talking about? Yeah, it is kind of hard. It is hard. Never mind. But not to quit your job hard, okay, girl? Loveless and homeless? Girl, that's not a cute. That's not a combination, girl. That's not the combination we going for. It really isn't. Okay, it's not cute. Anyway, so I say all that to say that I feel like Hannah is hanging on by a thread, trying to be with whoever she can because, girl, you didn't quit your job. She got to just, she can't walk away with nothing. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as she found out that Britney was talking to Leo, she go to run back to Nick D. Okay. Now she runs back to Nick D. So she's still Nick D, Leo. Leo is talking to Britney and Hannah. Okay. Now Britney is this just honorable mention, just a sweet, angelic. My name is Britney, and I'm really nice, and like this is what I talk like, and this is how I handle things, and like people think that I'm dumb because I talk like this, but I'm really not, and yeah, right. So that's Britney, okay. And I've been taken care of by most of the guys that I've ever been with, but they've all been jerks, and so I'm really trying to find a man that's not going to be a dick to me, okay? Like that's how she is, right? So Leo, every time he gets in a conversation with Britney in the pods, they're talking about other connections and all this other stuff. Now, Britney doesn't have another connection with anyone else, okay? She doesn't have a connection with anyone else. Leo is bouncing between her and Hannah. Every time he get in a conversation with Britney, he always bringing up the other connection. I'm like, why the hell are you focusing on the other connections, okay? The other thing about Leo is that he never felt genuine. It felt like I'm just bouncing around. It just never felt genuine. I'm telling you whatever you want to hear. That's what it sounded like to me. Okay. And he may not have been intentionally doing that, but that's exactly how it came off, in my opinion. Okay. So now we down to the wire. Okay. And Hannah decides that she's just going to go with Nick, right? Nick D. She didn't necessarily trust him, but she wants to go with him anyway. Now, Nick doesn't have any other connections or anything like that. So We don't know. Okay, we don't know if Nick is a decent guy or not. But we know that Nick is all in with Hannah. Hannah says he's a sure thing. She's gonna go with him. She goes to tell Leo, Leo, listen, I've decided that I'm gonna make Nick D my man. Here go Leo. I can't believe you did this. You were my number one. What if I, he's always starting off with the what if I propose to you right now? What if I make you my wife right now? What would you say? What would you do? You've been my number one. Why would you do that? We should have talked her, like just manipulating her, backing her into a corner, trying to make her feel bad for picking Nick, right? But Leo, you had both Britney and Hannah hanging off a string. You literally, Britney is like, pick one. You got to pick something. He was like, I can't. Okay, well, Hannah made a decision for you. Now you regretting it and you want Hannah back on the string, okay? So Hannah says that she can't make a decision at the time. She goes back to tell the girls. Now I'm glad that Hannah went back and told Brittany what it was. But I knew Brittany was gonna do exactly what she was gonna do. Okay. Which is still carry on with Leo. Okay. Anyway, so Hannah decides that she is going to pick Nick. Okay, she don't want to move forward with him. Leo tells Hannah, because they connect again that later that next day, don't tell Brittany. Tell her I said I love her and she's not the second choice. I said, oh, you yeah. You want her to lie? That's what you asking for, Leo? Say, yeah, he ain't. He just doesn't. I don't know what it is. It's It's something. Something is off. I don't have the word for it, but his energy is not okay. Leo's energy is not okay. All right. So Hannah makes the decision. She's fine with going with Nick. Leo defaults to Brittany. They end up meeting each other. Okay. And unfortunately, Leo and Brittany were not chosen for production. I don't know why. I wonder what the selection process looks like. If y'all know what that looks like, tell me in the comments because I'm new to Love is Blind. But they end up going to Miami, right? And breaking off the engagement. I did not think that that was going to work. And quiet as it's kept, I don't know if I believe that he really got money like that, like that. I'm not even trying to be funny. I don't believe nothing that Leo says. I'm skeptical of all of it. Okay. Now, anyway, meanwhile, back at Cabo St. Lucas, down to the meeting moon. Okay. So Hannah and Nick D make it to the meeting moon. Hannah is not impressed with Nick D's look. She said he's so small. He's not what I thought he was. I thought he was a tall, bigger guy. He said he played football. He wasn't 100% honest with all of that. I don't think Hannah really wanted to be with Nick. I think that she quit her job and she can't walk away empty handed. Okay. She got to go through this process because why the hell would she quit her job if she walked? You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to leave here with something. And there was a situation where Nick wanted to get on one of the ducks. There was like a little duck you could ride or move. I don't know. It would look like it was something for kids. Okay. Asked Hannah to jump on it. She was like, no, that's gonna give me the ick. Okay. He was like, well, I'm gonna do it. He jumps on it, and it's another lady, it's an older woman that joins him. It's just like get on it, ride up like maybe 5 feet, not even. Okay. And the lady was like, oh, you's a jealous bitch or whatever like that. And I'm thinking to myself, ooh, okay. Hannah takes that as disrespect. We later find out that Hannah wrote a whole list, okay, of all the things that she hates. Okay, 10 things I hate about you, all right, for Nick. And I said, now, ma'am, can you love this man when you got this 10 things that I hate about you and some real shit? Girl, you call him delusional. You don't not girl, the stuff that she was saying in this list, girl, how do you come back from that? Anyway, okay. So we get to the mixer, right? Now this is where everybody is seeing everyone, okay, matching folks up. And it was really cute and fun. There were some cringe moments, mainly Hannah and Nick. I felt like Hannah was trying to put on to make it seem like her and Nick were actually like going to like everybody else is like, look at this man, girl, this is my man. That's my girl, my girl, my girl. Tyler, who's like, I'm gonna marry her. I'm gonna marry her. Tyler, child. We love Tyler. I have my good eye on him, but I love him. Okay, he might embarrass me later, but I love Tyler for now. Okay, now I feel like Hannah was just Hannah. I feel like you was putting on for the camera, girl. You don't really like Nick, and Nick was like, "Oh, everybody's done it except for us," and she was like, "Yep, except for us. We not doing it." And again, you don't gotta do nothing. You really don't. But to me, That's an indication of your attractiveness to that person. So yeah, Hannah, you over here trying to play in our face to make it seem like you playing in the public, trying to make it seem like Nick is the man and you love him and all this other stuff, but behind closed doors, you actually have a list 10 things I hate about you, girl. Please, like girl, it don't match. It doesn't match. It doesn't match, girl. And so when I say they are purple flag, Hannah and Nick are a purple flag, girl. Purple flag. Anyway, okay, I'm trying to think of any other honorable mentions. What else is going on? What else is going on? I think that's
Oh, I completely forgot. Additional honorable mentions. The guy Bodie. Okay, so I told you that there's always a throuple. So we had two thruples this season. The first throuple, like I mentioned before, Hannah, Leo, and Nick D. The second throuple is Bodie. I think his name is Bodie. Bodie or Brody. I don't know. One of them. Bodie, Marissa, and Ramses. So Marissa is in law school. She is a military girl, has a whole military background, and Bodie is also got a military background as well. So that's one of the reasons why she was attracted to him. And they kept all three of them kept saying that all three of them are very much the same. Ultimately, Marissa ends up choosing obviously Ramses and not Bodie, but I believe that we're going to see this come up later on when everybody gets to meet each other. I don't know if it's really going to be a thing, but it might be a thing. I don't know about, so I wanted to mention it. Okay. And then the second honorable mention that I forgot to mention about Leo and what's her name? Britney. When Leo and Britney had an opportunity to meet each other, there was something about Leo. He was like invading her body space. Do y'all like there's one thing to like kiss somebody when you first meet them, right? It's that one thing where you're like kissing them and you're like, oh my God, your boy. Y'all know how they do. Your voice. Oh my God, this is so unreal. You know, they have that moment. And so there's a little bit of a touch where you're breaking the touch barrier. But I felt like Leo was literally invading her space. Am I tripping? Like it was just like he was invading her space. Something is off about Leo. I don't know what it is, but my spice sense is tingling with him. I don't like him like that. Mm-mm. And Brittany, girl, Brittany, you knew Leo wasn't the one for you, girl. You knew he wasn't the one. So why did you decide to meet him? Maybe she decided, she was like, you know what, F it. Let's just try it. Let's see how far we can go. I just feel like Brittany did exactly what most of these girls be doing. They get information from the other women and they still decide to choose these raggedy men, even though they know good and doggone well. Because in the pods, when Leo proposed to her, gave her that raggedy secondhand proposal, she wrote that long 4-page letter, crossed out all the things she wanted to say and all this other stuff, and going back and forth because she still hurt. I said, girl, why'd you waste your time doing all that, girl? You should have been just packed your bags and went right on back on to your house, girl. Brittany, girl. And that's why y'all ended up breaking up in Miami. I really want to know what happened, girl. I want to know what happened down to the Miami.
I think that's it. I think that's it. Everybody for the most part is attracted to each other, minus Hannah and Nick because you know I don't know if Nick was 100% honest with how Nick talk. Nick one of those type of dudes who really like he talks a talk, okay? But I don't know if he can necessarily back it up. And maybe I'm just maybe I don't know. I don't know because I don't know what Nick told Hannah in terms of his appearance. But Hannah damn sure feel like she got sold a bill of goods, okay? I don't know. Who else? Liked him energy. He got asshole energy. And I always end up the man I'm with now is completely opposite. That's probably why we together, child. Because every time I get with the asshole energy, it never worked. Like I always, because I have that same. I talk my shit, you talk your shit. I've been there before, and it never worked. It never, not long term, not long term. The sex be great, but in terms of a long term relationship, that shit does not work. It really doesn't. Um, yeah, but love Tyler and Ashley, girl, I hope it work. I really do. I think it will. Think it's cute. I think it will. Now he said something about women might come out of the woodwork, and I was just like, "Are you? What's coming out of the woodwork, Tyler? Let us know now. I don't know. It may not. I don't know. I do not know. Okay. Anyway, let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like this video before you leave, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.
Just got in town, and I won't let you in this crowd.